But as you can hear, that does not stop her adding. I'm just putting you back, bud. I'm just putting you back. Would you just check this guy out? Just like that female, we have a completely patternless gecko. Heavy. Here she is. That female reduced pattern. Oh. Just a open mouth boy waiting to bite, but oh, it spooked me. Hey guys, how's it going, and welcome back to the channel. Today we are going to be talking all about Tokays, where I'm going to be taking you on a tour of all 11 of my Tokays, including my big guy, Big Red, right here. I'll be going into a little bit on all of their caging, you know, what the different mutations I have, because I do have a few different morphs, and then finally, a look inside the two babies that we recently hatched, which, I mean, these guys are the cutest. So sit back, relax, and let's dive into the Tokay Gecko. I think a good place to probably start is with, well, Big Red here, since we already have him out. Big Red actually came from a pet store originally. He was a bit of a rescue situation. I would kind of classify him as a rescue situation. So what happened was, I'm good friends with one of the managers over at this local pet store that I'm at, and they had this Tokay here, this really big, mean Tokay that would just fly all over the place and bite everyone and just could not be handled. He was an awful Tokay Gecko. So they were like, listen man, we know you're into Tokays, you like all this, you know, shit that goes on with the Tokay Geckos. If you want him, you can have him for free. And I mean, free Tokay sounds like a good deal to me. So with that, I've kind of taken on and trying to get him to be one of my most handleable geckos. So I can kind of basically just shove it in my my manager friend's face like, oh look, this gecko couldn't be tamed, but So that's how I stumbled upon Big Red. And then over these couple weeks to now, I believe we're on like week 5 or 6 of, you know, trying to really tame him down. I've been kind of going to his enclosure more, letting him see, you know, oh hey, you know, this is who I am, you know, I'm not a threat. And then going on to these last week or two of me actually taking him out of the enclosure and handling him. He's done pretty well. Great shot. Now that's not to say he has been the perfect Tokay. In fact, this guy has been actually pretty bad. In fact, actually getting him out took me about 5 minutes of him jumping out of his enclosure and running amok with me trying to properly handle him. Because, you know, when you are handling Tokays, you do not want to restrict them in any way, shape, or form. I let the Tokay just glide off of my hands like it would be in any perch. So trying to do this technique and not overly stress him out and give, you know, these negative consequences with handling, and with that not restricting the animal, it became pretty difficult, and he pretty much had run of the reptile room for a solid 5 minutes. But as we go along and move on with handling, he gets pretty good, you know, a few bites here and there, but he pretty much calms down after that into, well, he's pretty much this, just a open mouth boy waiting to bite, but oh, it spooked me. Oh man. But yeah, pretty much this is Big Red. Kind of grumpy, pretty handleable as far as my Tokays go, and all in all, just a really cute pet. Look at him, you know, you tried to bite me, and now he wants to chin scratches. Maybe he wants to take my thumb, either or. I think that's going to be enough of Big Red here. You know, we talked to him about it a little bit. Don't want to stress him out too much and have him out for too long. We usually keep the handling sessions to a bit shorter, but we'll be moving him back to his enclosure. We'll be checking out the rest of the Tokay Geckos. By the way, if you guys want me to make more videos about me handling my Tokays, kind of give a little tutorial on how I tame and handle them, let's get this video to 50 likes. Now, I know, you know, that's the highest ones I've asked for so long, but it's Tokay Geckos. Tokay Geckos are awesome, and you get to learn how to do this. What could be better? Also, you know, while you're down there, hit that subscribe button so you get notified when that video comes out. Alright, shame plug ended. Let's put this guy back and let's check out some other Tokays. So I think I'm going to do this as more of like a vlog type style, where I'll be taking the camera with me and bringing it into the enclosures and kind of giving you just a look at what the enclosure looks like and what the Tokays look like, while just talking over the camera instead of it being like me sitting in the chair and talking with the Tokays out. Because let's be honest, taking each one of these Tokays out that some actually haven't tried training whatsoever and taming down, this would be a very long video to make. So with that, we'll just be going down each individual cage, starting with cage number 1, which is going to be my female blue powdered patternless. Alrighty, so over here we have the first Tokay Gecko we'll be taking a look at, and then of course, like I said earlier, the female blue patternless. This is probably the prettiest Tokay Gecko I have out of my whole collection. Right now she's sitting in my 18 by 18 by 18 Exoterra, the fully planted one. I've had this thing going for years, and it just changes which animal's in it from, you know, year after year, but I think the thing's on year 4 now of being a bioactive, completely like hands-off terrarium, and it looks okay, you know, a little rough than what it's been, but I think this is the first animal I've actually had to add a heat source for. So usually she likes to sit somewhere over here. Let's see if we can find her. Oh, we found some superworm beetles doing the deed. Nothing wrong with that, you know. Let some animals have some fun. I get it. Alright, well, we'll just leave that over there for right now. She might be underneath this bark. Let's take a look. Oh, it's feeling pretty heavy. Here she is. That female reduced pattern. Oh, well, hope you guys enjoy the shot of her. It doesn't look like we'll be able to see her anymore. Maybe I can stoke her out. Alright, so you can kind of see her face over there, but yeah, there she is. Right now she's fired down, so she's pretty dark right now. She usually fires up a pretty brilliant, nice blue. Let's see if I can maybe, the problem is the mic is so big and bulky that it's hard. Okay, this is a pretty good shot of her. But yeah, beautiful gecko. She will be a future breeder to the male that we'll be checking out right after this one. They're gonna make some fantastic blue patternless babies. She won't be breeding until 2021. She still needs to put some weight on. I want to get her as beefy as I can before we start even attempting breeding. So she still has quite a bit to go before I feel like she's a big enough breeder where I feel comfortable mating her. Then moving on, we'll be taking a look at the blue male patternless. This guy comes from the Green Galaxy line, produced by Homegrown Scales. I can already see him. We'll just move some stuff over. Hopefully he doesn't skedaddle. This dude's wicked fast. Alrighty. There he is. Would you take a look at this guy, man? Would you just check this guy out? Just like that female, we have a completely patternless gecko. Just a few speckles here and there. I believe that was come from the Green Galaxy line is what it is. But just an amazing little guy. Pretty feisty as far as the Tokays go. He's not like aggressive as such, he's just really flighty is the big thing, so I don't handle him too much. I'm gonna wait for him to grow up a little before I really get into taming him down, just because he's too fast for me. It gets a little difficult handling him when he's just like all over the place. He's pretty much as quick as, say, like a golden gecko. But yeah, we'll just put this little guy back. Hopefully he doesn't. Oh, he's getting a little feisty. So far this zoo's just in a 12 by 12 by 18, the zoom mat enclosure. I'll have to fix this after I get off the camera. But just a temporary right now until he gets a little bigger. It's just a grow out enclosure. I wanted to put something like above here because it kind of just stops there. But you go out in the woods and forage for some more sticks and ledges to really get that height all the way where it should be. And then over here we have our normal Tokay pair in a 29-gallon aquarium. I don't really see where they're at too much. I have a thought. Yeah. So right now they're right in that log right there. I won't be able to get a good shot of them, so we might not be able to see them. I'll definitely post some pictures up here and there if I can end up getting them. But still, maybe I'll get some B-roll of these guys. These guys are very pretty. What we have is the female is a nice orange. She's a little darker and her spots are a little more yellow, a little more orange, whereas the male is just this really big, pretty much like looks exactly like Big Red. Big, nice red spots all over, and just a beautiful light blue. So I'm really interested to see what kind of babies they're gonna have. Actually, if we come right up here, I actually just got, I kind of put these with the crested geckos because I didn't have my incubator set up and they bred a little early, but we have 2 Tokay eggs and then 2 crested gecko eggs. So far with the Tokay eggs, the reason why they're out here is because originally the mom kind of laid her eggs right in that cork tube right there, and eventually kind of when I was messing around they got spooked and she ran in there and dropped those eggs, so I put them in a separate incubator because they are still viable, still growing. Actually that first clutch should only have a couple more weeks till it hatches. And then, funny enough, she did the same thing twice. So, yeah, we've got 2 eggs going on for Tokays. This clutch should hatch within a few weeks. This one will take a little longer, and then we just got some crested gecko eggs as well. Alright, then moving on, we have my most exciting pair to go through that's pairing. Let's see if we can find any of them. None over there. Nope. Oh, we got one. Alright, so here, this is the reduced pattern. He is the male. Let's see if we can get a good shot of him. The floodlights kind of blare him out, but he is beautiful. Really awesome dude. The male is going to be with my female, who is this strange, I call her oddball just because no one really knows what morph she is. I can't figure out, so I'm kind of doing some selective breeding to figure out, you know, is this a new morph or is this just some morph that it just could be like a weird reduced pattern or something. We'll get her out in a second, but I think this male is just going to go really well with her, and I'll show her off in a second. You guys will understand why. I'm hoping to get like almost gray patternless or reduced pattern babies from it, just because she's this funky gray color, whereas he has, you know, not much pattern. I kind of wanted to keep that as far as the pairings go. All right, bud, I'll put you back. Oh, I'm just putting you back, bud. I'm just putting you back. I'm putting it back. Okay, okay, up. Go hide. Go hide. Jeez. If you guys can see, she is right. You can kind of see some eyes that are watching me right there. Alright, I just removed a bunch of stuff because she was just going to hide under that foliage. But there she is. Check this girl out. Oh. Let's see if we can actually get a good shot of this girl. So just... Here, stop running away. So this girl is just awesome. As you guys can see, she's pretty different from all the other geckos. Looks like she's also going through a bit of a shed, but really dark, but still has some pattern here and there. Just a really gray looking gecko. Really no blues to her. You can see she kind of has a little bit of a regrown tail, but you see like these little specks here and there, but so far just the strangest gecko out of all the ones I have in my collection. I'm really excited. She is looking a bit gravid at this point. She's been paired with that reduced pattern for, I want to say, about a month or two now, so she should be producing eggs here very soon. I am really excited to see what this girl is going to produce. Alright, looks like we've disturbed them enough. I'll have to rebuild this enclosure after tearing it down to get this footage. But we still have 2 Tokays to go through, and that's, of course, Mom with her 2 babies, and then finally, pretty much my angriest Tokay out of in the full collection. Coming down to the last tank in this, on this row, we're going to have the first pairing I've ever done, which was a normal to a reduced pattern. This was the first gal who laid me 3 clutches of eggs, to actually right here. Looks like we've got, so the first clutch looked to be infertile. Of course, that second clutch did hatch out, and then we still have one more clutch that's still going and does look viable. So hopefully, you know, with fingers crossed, we should have eggs here, or some more babies here in the next little bit. But come on, we're here for the Tokay's babies, honestly. That's probably why all you guys joined in. But let's see here. Oh, strange. She's usually always in that log, unless she is hanging out in this one, which she is. So, well, sweetie, you're gonna give me a run for my money on this, huh? I will have to, see if you guys, if I can, color it in so you can, yeah, you can see her right there. This was the normal female to that reduced pattern male that actually we saw earlier that's now being paired with Oddball. And let's see if we can get any shots of babies, or if I'll have to move some stuff. Oh, that's just bark. Let's see here. So looking around, and it does look like we just have Mom. The babies are probably underneath, so let me lift that log up and go looking for them. Here we've got 2 cute little tails, one right there and then one right there. Let me see if I can set this down so we can get some good footage of them. So this one is the reduced pattern baby. This is one that I'll be holding back, because I'm going to be holding back all the morphs I have until later on. And let's see if we can get up a little bit. Oh, she fled. That one was the normal, the one with a little more spunk, as you saw, where she just fucking leaped out of here. That one is going to be the one that'll be for sale in a couple of months when, you know, they grow up a little bit and they're in their own enclosure. I'll be moving them out and then putting them up for sale. But yeah, we got two cute little Tokay babies. These were the first guys that I ever produced. Mom is very protective of them, I've noticed. She does not let me get near them too much without throwing a bit of a fuss. So I kind of keep my distance for now, you know, let her do her job and take care of them, and then in the future, of course, once they're a little grown up, around 3 months of age, we'll be moving them to their own enclosures where I'll be doing some taming and habitualizing them for human handling. Hop out so we can kind of see him. Hang on, let me get the let me zoom this in. I've got a log full of Tokays on with my other hand, so I'm doing this all with one hand. But check this guy out, man. Super red, just right out of the egg. I'll be really excited to see how he grows up. And like I said, this guy will be one that will be for sale in the future. So make sure you check out DBCB Exotics on Facebook, where I update all of the business listings of our available animals. Moving on, we'll be going on the last animal in my collection of the 11 Tokays. So we saw Big Red, of course, those two female pattern, or the two patternless, the male and the female. We had the pair of normals, the pair of the oddball reduced pattern, of course, Mama and her babies, and lastly, we'll be going into a gecko that is a little more feisty than others. This tub we have the last Tokay, and I can see her right here. She is hanging out in there. You can kind of see her face a little dark. But this is my wild caught female. Now, I've had this female for quite some time. You can hear she is not happy. So I've had this wild caught female for quite some time. She was in my original 3 wild caught females that I imported. It was with her, the male and female that I have, or with the male and female pair, the normals that we took a look at a little bit later. And unlike them, she just has not been acclimating well to captivity. She's been dewormed and everything, you know, everything checks out, but just not putting on weight. She was very skinny when I got her. I actually didn't think she was gonna make it when she arrived at the house, but I mean, she is a fighter, guys. Like, pretty skinny still, definitely needs more weight, but I've just been keeping her. I like the bins a little better for geckos like this, just because I can keep humidity a lot better in here. I can keep the husbandry all to like that perfect standpoint where I need it, and then it's a little bit easier for me to monitor her feeding and things like that. So she's fed on a multiple different things, like, you know, superworms, dubia roaches, crickets, mealworms, waxworms, just a multitude of things trying to get the weight on her, and slowly but surely she's doing it, but sorry, it's just it's been a slow ride, you know. It's been a couple months now, and she's still getting a little skinny still. But as you can hear, that does not stop her attitude. This girl is just as feisty as ever. We can see if we can come on, sweetie, come on. Oh no, oh, so feisty. Looks like she got a bit of the cork bark that she's trying to spit out now. Yeah, you can see it right in her mouth. You want me to get that for you, sweetie? Here, let me get that for you. We're not getting that. But yeah, she has definitely a lot of spunk, as you can see. She's one of my favorites just because of how spunky and vocal she's been throughout this whole thing. You know, she's definitely not lethargic, as you guys tell. She is full of life, and as soon as she gets a little bit more weight on her, she will be an excellent Tokay. Just maybe not as far as, you know, a handling Tokay goes. Alright guys, and that is all of my Tokays. I did actually put my tripod up and everything, so we're not going to be doing the usual outro. I'll just be holding the camera like this, but, you know, still sitting in the chair so you guys get that beautiful backdrop of those red-eyed tree frogs. Anyway, so what did you guys think? You know, 11 Tokays, a few different morphs, all pretty unique, well, except for that male and Big Red. They literally look like the same exact geckos. I'm not sure what was going on with that, but still, every single Tokay is super unique and has their own personality, and I just can't get enough of these guys. These guys are definitely my favorite breeding project as far as the projects go, and it's definitely something I can see diving in deep and really expanding forward, because I cannot get enough of these Tokays. But let me know what you think. Leave me a comment in the comment section of which one was your favorite Tokay Gecko. And as always, guys, if you like the video, please feel free to give us a thumbs up. If you want to see some more of my animals or breeding products, you can follow me on Facebook or Instagram at DBCB Exotics. Other than that, thank you guys for watching, and I hope you have a great day.